It's a pleasure to have you and to have your insights actually with us today. So, esteemed panelists, the first thing we're going to do, just to tell the audience, is that we're going to engage with all of you with a bit of a live polling. So we have 4 questions that we've prepared for you, and then we're going to discuss those answers to see and to grab some insight. So I'm going to ask you all, please, to take out your phones. Please scan the QR code and answer, and then we'll be discussing the answers basically one after the other. So, is AI in advertising limiting or limitless? That was the first question. So far we have 30 responses. Can you keep going, please? We'd like to elevate that number. So I'd like to ask you, panelists, do you think, in a nutshell, it's limiting or limitless by the time we get all the answers?
Today, definitely, it's very limiting. But if you project how AI is going, I believe, sadly, it might become limitless.
Okay.
And I think now, because we're speaking in a university, everyone is preparing for their career. I think there's a difference between what we're using now, what's been using for the last 2 years, and what we will be using in 5-10 years. I think that knowing that where AI is being, how we're using AI, all the agencies, I'm sure the other guys, they relate to this, and how things are evolving, I think there's going to be a big difference in the question between, is it limiting or limitless? Today, it's limiting.
Perfect. Thank you. So with 45 responses, we have 82% of the audience who said limitless and 17% who said limiting. And we'll discuss this in a minute. So thank you for your answers. Let's jump to the next question, and then I'll take your feedback as well, panelists. So is AI in advertising and marketing a trend or here to stay? So we already have 49 responses on that. And lovely to hear and to read that 93% of you, all of you, are saying that it's here to stay. Mariella, what do you think about that?
Of course, it's here to stay, and if we don't ride the wave, it will surpass us. AI is, for me, it's limitless. It's something that is already here, and if we don't embrace it and we don't work with it, our industry will die. So the way we are working, we have to optimize. We have to optimize the use of AI, and of course it depends on the way we are using it. So it's how we use it smartly, how we break down the silos in the advertising industry so we can optimize the outcome.
Perfect, thank you. So with 60 responses, I think we can close that question. We jump to the one after, please. So we already have 60 responses on that, which is great. So how do you feel about AI's role in advertising and digital marketing? So I think the answers are mixed. So we have 27% of the audience who believe they are excited about that. We have 33% who believe who basically feel they're curious about understanding more AI and this trend. 23% are skeptical about that. And it's increasing. Any extra numbers there? Anybody still skeptical about it? And then we have around 15% of the audience who believe they are concerned. Hamad, what do you think about this distribution?
I think it's a mix of the 4. And if you don't have the mix of 4, you're not doing it right. You should be excited because it's changing the face of how we do communication. Actually, it's changing our lives on a personal level. I mean, ChatGPT is my best friend. I don't know. I mean, you can't compete with ChatGPT.
You said that out loud, Mohamad. You said that out loud.
I'm so proud. You should be very curious. And again, because we have a lot of university students here, if you're not curious to know more about AI, you're not going to make it. And I'm sorry to say it as bluntly as possible. It's not a trend. It's not a wave that you're supposed to ride. I remember when everyone started to hear about AI, a lot of our clients would be like, what can we do with AI? We want to ride the trend. And little they knew it's not a trend. It's something that's changing the face of communication, and they had to embrace it. So it's a mix of everything, skeptical, obviously, and concerned because there's a lot of deep fakes and stuff. So it's mixed emotions, and embrace it, guys, and ride the wave.
Thank you, Mohamad. And we'll jump to the last question before we dive more deeply into the conversation. So the last question, what's your biggest concern about AI-driven advertising? So we can see basically the keywords that are jumping in terms of size. We have AI jobs, replacing humans. Any other takers, any other inputs? So ethics, again, replacing humans, marketing jobs, human resources. So it's more on the, basically, I would say the balance between the role of the people, the personnel, people in the industry and AI. So again, replacing humans, no more creativity. Okay, so thank you for everybody who participated. A round of applause for all of you. Thank you for engaging with us on that. Panelists, quick question, which actually popped today in the morning, because as you know, things are very dynamic when it comes to that. So I actually spotted a tweet that came from Sam Altman, your best friend, I believe, the CEO of ChatGPT. He was interviewed on one of the podcasts, and he said, literally, guys, please calm down, stop using the trend of the Ghibli pictures, because literally their system is on overdrive. So for all those who don't know, the Ghibli trend is basically an AI tactic or tool that is used to transform the pictures, the actual profiles and the pictures, into a cartoon character. And now I think you're all seeing it on social media and everywhere. And a lot of brands are riding that wave. So speaking of trends, I mean, we see those trends jumping left and right. What do you think about that? Specifically when we're talking about AI, we're not talking strategies, just a trend like the Ghibli picture. So again, this is just something that popped up this morning in front of me. The CEO was saying, calm down. So what do you think, Firas?
Listen, the trends, it's always been a part of our game. As instant marketeers, we need directly to be responsive to the market, to follow where the consumers, they want to see, what they want to hear. And following the trend is part of it. And AI is helping internally the agencies to produce very quickly content that can go in 24 hours, one day, even less, to go online. So eventually, trends are just to get an attention for fragment of time. We rarely see any. If you go into marketing part, they don't have a significant impact on the customer behavior or the purchase. It's just to get an attention for an hour or 2 or 3 for consumers. The AI is playing the role of producing quicker content. That's it for me.
Perfect, thank you. Firas, since I already started the conversation with you, can you give us like a general roundup about Fear McQueen? How is AI being integrated? Can you give us a 5-minute roundup and then we jump to maybe the credentials that you have prepared for us today as a tangible example of AI use?
Sure.
So let's start with that, please.
I'm gonna tell you about our story with AI. It's been 3-4 years. We jumped on AI very quickly. Being an independent agency, we have the privilege of being agile and very quick on adopting new technologies. So one of them was AI. And what we did is we put some champions in the agencies that they can experiment, try things.
They were not going. Champions.
Yeah,
very nice.
They were not going live. They were not going into production. But we were flirting with AI and see where it can take us. Surprisingly, in 1 year of experimenting and testing, we started going live. That's 2 years ago. And one of the videos that I will be playing now is a production. It's a TVC that we did for Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. That was almost fully produced over AI. It's been 2 years ago.
Lovely.
So now the whole agency adopted AI. Every one of us are working on AI. You asked me, I think 2 days ago over WhatsApp, what are the AI tools? So I had to bring a list. It's a long list. I'm not going to read it.
If you want to jump to that a bit later, maybe Firas, after talking about the video.
But the idea we're using more than 30 tools of AI.
30 tools?
Yeah, I didn't know about that. So apparently we're spending a lot of money.
Okay.
And we need to do some budget.
You have to talk to your team.
Yeah. But actually, we're using 30 tools on AI. If you go back to the concept of using tools, all of us in the creative industry, usually for the designers, we use 2-3 tools for the last 2 decades. The ones working on performance marketing, they work on 2-3-4 tools. So the one on copywriting, it's Word. Adding on it Google and all this. For the last 2 decades, I don't think the whole industry wasn't using more than 10 tools. So just in 2 years, and in a professional environment, we're using 30 tools, and that's amazing, to say the least. These are the tools that we have subscription on. They're not the tools that we're using. We're still experimenting, trying. We didn't count that. And I think that means How much AI in our industry, it's still at the beginning, because there's a lot of initiatives around the world, a lot of tech companies, they're trying things. Definitely later on, they're gonna merge together, they're gonna go into one superpower tools. But what it means for us, it means, going back to what Mohamad was saying, AI is not a trend. It's changing the industry upside down. If you want to tell me, okay, why are you on AI? My blunt answer will be, we don't have another choice. There's a lot of people from FEMA Queen here in the audience. They know that we embraced AI, we're addicted to AI. It's making our life easier, yes,
True.
but it's definitely I'm very curious to know where things are
Where
going.
it's gonna go.
I'm not very optimistic when it comes to if the same rules will be applied in the future, and I think it's going to be more than disruptive, and I believe that it's going to change a lot how we do business, how our clients are doing business, how the talents are using these tools, because I don't think they're going to remain labeled just as tools.
100%.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for this roundup.
Most
Would you
welcome.
like to, maybe we can
Yeah.
play the video and then we'll discuss it very quickly.
There's a show reel that we prepared.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any story. It's just a show reel showing some images that we produced for the last few months. And later on, we're going to play another TVC with a story, and I'm going to talk about it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Very nice.
وراء الكواليس هنالك مستقبل وطن كلنا نبنيه على أسس متينة، نقدم له قلوبنا ليخفق بالحياة، نزرعه ثباتا فنحصد نجاحا، نبتكر فيه، نصنع وصفة لنجاحه، نزيد ترابطا ونأخذه لأعلى الفضاء، لأبعد حدود. وطننا نحن من نبنيه، ومستقبلنا من صنع أيدينا.
That deserves a round of applause, please.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So this
Yes.
TVC was the first production that we did over AI that went live. That was in September 2023. So we produced it around 2 years ago.
But
And-
Firas, can I
yeah.
just stop you for a second? You said
Yeah.
production through it, but what exactly? So how did you integrate it? What parts of actual production did you integrate it in? Was it post? Was it pre? Was it in the research part? So how did you integrate it tactically?
We're talking about not the pre part.
Okay.
The pre is still done in the way that we usually do the work. The ideation part, the script, the storyboard. In that case specifically, it was done how usually we do it. And then the client killed the idea.
Killed the idea.
Yeah,
Let's
due
kill
to
the
budget.
clients. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. So the client killed the idea because of the budget. So we wanted to do it. So we said, okay, let's experiment with AI and see what we can do with it. So usually TVCs, they start from $50,000 to up to probably 250,000,
Wow.
especially in Saudi Arabia. So we did that actually in 3, 4, 5 days. It cost
Amazing.
us probably $1,000. I'm not gonna tell
Do you really want to ask that question?
We made a lot of money out of it.
Obviously, which is great.
So that's that's a way that definitely now doing it again, it can be done in a much advanced way. But except the first scene, the opener, except the scene where we have a Saudi guy walking out of the door, which was we shot it in our office again due to budget restriction. So other than this, it's all AI.
Lovely.
The voiceover is AI.
Oh, really?
Everything is done through AI. We've done some manipulation in on After Effects, some animation, but again, that was 2 years ago.
Very nice.
So doing it now today, you can expect the result will be much more advanced.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Most welcome.
Okay, so Mariella, I'm going to switch to you. Can you just give us, please, a roundup about what's happening at Memac in general, integration of AI? How do you see things? And then we'll jump to the slides that you've prepared for us.
So basically at Ogilvy, we are embracing, actually we are working on day-to-day basis on AI. We're part of WPP, which is our mother company, and they have introduced WPP Open, which is an operating system of AI. They have invested around $300 million a year.
$300 million a year?
$300 million a year.
Wow.
Just to give a bit of perspective, we have 3,500 people working with OpenAI.
Okay, I'm going to say that again. 3,500 people working?
Employees of WPP Open, yes.
Just imagine the numbers and where we're at. So,
and to add to that, we have around 30 updates a day.
Wow.
So basically, if we kind of zoom out a bit, we're no longer an advertising industry. We're more of a technology company. Three updates a day. So that's huge.
Of course.
And in terms of users, of course, now I'm going to show a bit of credentials, but as WPP, we have 27,000 users per month.
27,000 users. The numbers are insane.
Yes. So
and this is compiled over 1 year. This is cumulative. No. This is yearly. This is yearly. Amazing.
Yearly. So I've prepared kind of a short
let's go through it.
Just to kind of introduce
on
where are we heading now. With
walk us through it, please.
Exactly. So basically at Ogilvy our mission is to simply impact the world. It might sound a big of a claim, but we're really walking the talk, and we are creating unreasonable impact for our clients. Next, how we are doing that by doing the right thing, doing the best work of our lives, and do it together. Those values were set before, starting using AI heavily, but now we're actually walking the talk. We're putting it into action by, how we are using AI and how we are advancing our work. So next, as I said, we are around 497 offices, so the scale is huge. So that's why the numbers are huge. And here we're not talking about Ogilvy only. We're talking about WPP for WPP Open. So most of our teams now are digital savvy. They're digital first. Of course, we still have the usual resources that work into copywriting, creative, etc. But we're kind of investing in turning our resources into a more AI advanced people. So we are using something called Creative Studio, which is part of our operating system. We use a lot of AI models like OpenAI, ChatGPT, Google's Palms, image generating platform like Stable Diffusion, so etc. It's an endless word, and WPP is still adding tools,
still testing, still adding, still experimenting.
Exactly.
Lovely.
Exactly. So this is something that we use on a daily basis, and kind of, I don't want to use the word force, but we're kind of exciting our employees to use it in their daily work.
Are you incentivizing them, by the way? I'm curious.
We're incentivizing them in terms of, hosting a lot of workshops, a lot of, we're creating a world for a client, for instance, where they can brainstorm all together in just one AI world.
Lovely.
So we're a bit, a step ahead when it comes to how we are using AI in our business. And as I said, it's not just, AI, it's an operating system by itself. And as you can see, this is a screenshot of the platform. You have a chat, you have image, you have speech, you have podcast, you have video, you have canvas. So you can, whatever thing you want to do, you can insert it in this, pick one tool or one
Tab
box
or- yes.
and tab and start using it. And here I'm not talking only about creative, we're talking about operations. So we're trying to remove the burden of writing minutes of meetings, doing those
Everybody's pain.
boring
Yeah.
operational work, because now we have someone or something who can do it on our behalf. So we have strategy. So planners used to read a lot of research, put insights. Now they can just put it, ask it to kind of do the summary
The
and
simulation,
exactly. And so we're here. I just want to emphasize we're not replacing a human yet. It's just
Yet, I like the yet.
yeah. It's just we are expediting work. We are going into a more efficiency model. So if we move next. This tool has something called intelligent agent. So for instance, here we have a youth expert, an expert agent, AI agent, who can tell us everything when it comes to the customers, insights when it comes to the Iraqi market or the Lebanese market.
Lovely. Quick question. I don't know if you can answer. You can just tell me. I cannot share this information. So between the Beirut and the Iraqi office, how much investment, as in money, you're putting on research and AI tools? If you can divulge this information, just roughly.
It's just, as I said, it's a WPP open tool.
Yes.
So everything that we have is kind of
within the pool.
Integrated
Okay, within WPP.
If I want to move faster, I think
These are the examples?
Yes. I wanted to put this one award-winning AI campaign. It wasn't done in Lebanon, it was done in India, but it was one of the first AI campaigns that won awards, and I truly think it's impressive, not because it's Ogilvy, but really when you can see it, you will
And
also
because
judge.
it's Ogilvy, come on. Loyalty, brand loyalty. Okay.
Big brands have big money to hire famous people, but not the small guys. And they are the ones who are still hurting. Presenting Shah Rukh Khan, My Ad.
Welcome, Shah Rukh Khan. He almost certainly has more devoted fans than any other movie star in the world.
Biggest movie star in the world.
Forbes have called him one of the biggest movie stars in the world.
We helped small businesses by making Shah Rukh Khan, the world's biggest movie star, their brand ambassador.
इस दिवाली आप भी ना अपने पास वाले फैशन और एम्पोरियम से ही कपड़ों की शॉपिंग करना। सिद्धि विनायक इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स से लेटेस्ट स्मार्टफोन खरीदकर धमाकेदार सेल्फी पोस्ट करना।
क्या कर रहे हो? मीठा लाए कि नहीं?
We used machine learning to recreate Shah Rukh Khan's face and voice to take the local store names in the ads.
आप भी ना अपने पास वाले चॉइस ऑफ फैशन से ही कपड़ों की शॉपिंग करना। रॉयल फैशन से ही, MK क्लॉथ्स से ही, पास वाली लक्ष्मी कलेक्शन से ही कपड़ों की शॉपिंग।
Different versions of the same ad with local store names were targeted as per the PIN code of the viewer, showing them only the nearby stores. But it is impossible to cover all the stores. So we gave the power to the people to create their own version of Shah Rukh Khan, My Ad. Any small business owner could promote their stores through their own social media networks like WhatsApp forwards and other social media pages.
It is Shah Rukh Khan selling your store, man. If you're a small-time retailer or a merchant, what an amazing thing to have.
Cadbury ad is an ad campaign that has gone viral.
A new ad which stars Bollywood superstar Shah Rukh Khan is winning hearts all over social media.
And what we are learning is that over 1 lakh local stores have already created their own ad with Shah Rukh as a brand ambassador.
दुकानों के नाम बड़ी सेलिब्रेशंस के दिवाली एड में शामिल हैं।
सपने में भी नहीं सोचा था कि शाहरुख खान मेरी दुकान का ऐड करेगा।
Shah Rukh Khan, My Ad.
Fascinating.
So this is an example on how we can take further AI, not just to create messages, captions, and videos. It's just it has an CSR depth. So
it does.
So that's it. That's why I've chose to put it. In terms of local, locally, I put some very simple things. One of our clients, which is Zain Iraq, the telco company. So basically here it was kind of, they asked us to have an occasional post for Labor Day. And this occasional post basically highlighted AI into the Labor Day. And it was created 100%
by AI. Very nice.
Also another and final example about one of our clients, which is Nestle Pure Life and KSA. They had also an urgent campaign. It shouldn't be urgent. It's
everything
back to school.
is urgent. What is not
it's
urgent?
Back to school,
yeah.
But they wanted it with a very, very low budget, and it was also created through AI, voice and music and everything.
This question actually goes to all three of you. Have you ever heard a client tell you, go crazy, open budget, do the best campaign ever? No.
At creative stage, definitely. But when you share the cost, they're like, and can we drop half the campaign?
Half the campaign. Yeah. So they kill it, or they ask you to do it in 3 days, or they say no budget.
Exactly.
Lovely. This is just a glimpse to the industry. Thank you. So, Mohamad, we're going to jump to you. So maybe you can give us a roundup as to, again, how you are integrating AI in the agency, and then you can walk us through also the example that you've prepared for us.
Absolutely. So at Leo Burnett, at Publicist Network globally, AI has been at the core of the transformation, digital transformation. And I don't want to repeat a lot of the things that have been said, but it's mainly to drive efficiency, data-driven insights, more customized customer experiences, and the list goes on. And I think we're going to talk more about these things in a bit. So when it comes to AI in our day-to-day work, to be honest, it's really integrated in every single step, starting with the strategy. So it gives you access to data-driven strategies and insights that we never had access to before. We used to really count on a lot of gut feeling, and even all marketeers and clients would be like, why are you going for this strategy? And they're like, we know. But they didn't know.
Obviously.
And now we have more data than ever. It's not even quantitative, it's quantitative. So it's really, really huge for us when it comes to strategy, but also creative development is also great for us, because when a copywriter is writing something, it gives you a lot of insights and starting points to elevate from whatever you're writing. And same applies to visuals, whether you want to create a visual as a final visual or even a storyboard. We used to spend a week creating an illustrated storyboard, and now we do a storyboard within the day.
Yeah, within a day.
And it helps you imagine really the story. It helps us sell the ideas to the clients much better than we used to do before. Do you want to do an ad with a song in it? Great. Click of a button, you have a song, you put it there. You don't expect your clients to imagine anything. They're not great at imagining. But
that's why you guys are there, thankfully.
So you can do the song as well. And same applies to production. And now we're going to see an example, because it's really becoming even more advanced than before, that we can actually do productions, including visuals, audio, and words as well. So it's kind of integrated in every single step of the job that we're doing. And it's making our lives easier. And to your point, it's actually taking away a lot of the annoying tasks.
Yeah.
So instead of spending time drawing a frame, you actually click a button and you have the frame. So it's very interesting, and it's making our lives easier. I want you to see a film now. I'm not going to say anything about it, but it's done by our team.
We have the poster behind us, by the way, if you want to talk about it before we jump
actually,
to the...
I want you to watch it so that I reveal actually what it is about and how it was done. So let's just have a look.
Let's do that.
There's a world I used to know, soft as a whisper, warm as the glow of a fading light in the dead of night. Oh, where did you go? I reach for you, but you're not there. I'm wide awake, it's so unfair. Tossing, turning, my heart is yearning. Baby, don't you care? Come back to me, I need you now. I'm lost without you, I don't know how to close my eyes, to feel alive. Oh, come back to me tonight. Oh, come back to me tonight. Come back to me.
This is fully done with AI.
No animals were harmed in the making
No
of that
animals
movie.
were harmed.
Just confirming.
I'm the only one with dark circles, not the panda. But basically, this was done fully with AI. Visually, the song, the lyrics of the song, everything. But I just wanted to comment on something that you mentioned before. How much did you charge for this? And actually, this is not as simple as it looks. And yes, we're charging more because there's all the time and the talent that are behind every single moment spent on this.
The creative thinking behind it, of course.
Every scene in that video is done and redone so that you get the exact right
timing and the seamless experience,
and seamlessness, etc. So yes, it's a lot of work because our clients specifically would be like, can we do this with AI in 3 days for $200? No, we cannot do that. It's not a miracle. It's a lot of human work, and it's a mix between AI technologies and creative human brains. No one will understand human and emotions as much as we understand human and emotions.
100%.
A machine will not be able to understand human emotions. We will be evolving much faster than AI in emotions. I have 7,000 emotions a day. AI cannot keep up with
Did you count them?
7,000. It's a round up. So yes, we can do that. So we're very proud of that film. By the way, that was directed internally by our regional head of strategy in Dubai, Tahab. And it started as an idea of a poster by our creative director in Beirut, Jad. And then they spoke together and evolved it to be a film that is
That's how it happens, right? So it's one idea that basically bounces on someone else's mind and then it just explodes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for the wonderful roundups. So now we're going to go into part 2 of the panel. We're going to take a deep dive into the questions and the themes. So we divided the discussion into 2 themes. Theme 1 is purely on advertising and AI, and theme 2 is on digital marketing. So I prepared a round of common questions for the panelists. So what I'm going to do is ask the same question to all 3 of you, and then I prepared a cocktail of questions for each. Okay, so let's start with the common questions. And actually, I'm going to start with you, Mariella, if you don't mind. So I know that Firas prepared a list for the AI tools. In your mind, can you give us like a top 5 ones that you cannot live without in the agency, and how much these are deeply ingrained? I know you spoke about the operating system. I know how everything now is jumping to that and the use, but top of your mind, what are the main tools that you think you cannot, or the agency cannot survive without now?
You have Gemini, you have ChatGPT,
okay.
4, because you have different, you have Midjourney, you have Palm, you have also there's still one. That's hard.
Okay. So these are your daily operational tools that you just rely on every day.
Yeah.
Lovely. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Hamad, how about you?
I had a similar list to what
Firas just opened it and he's scaring me, and it's back and forth.
Smart strategy.
So we have a mix of tools that are created by Publicis Global, and we have a list of tools that are licensed for Publicis Global. One tool that really we all love and we use on a daily basis is Marcel. Marcel is an AI-powered tool that is actually all for the talent growth, and it connects all the talents globally at Publicis.
Nice. Okay.
And based on your experience and your needs, it actually tailors career advices and a lot of educational tools. So we have a bank of a lot of workshops, articles.
So it's on the educational
podcasts.
front. So it's a tool that helps suggest
absolutely,
material
and
for
you
learning.
share
Okay.
best-in-class work,
Very nice.
And you also are exposed to all the global jobs at Publicis, so that in case you want to move within the network, etc. Other tools that are Publicis, we have a lot of tools that are Publicis specific. Gen Canvas and etc. I'm not gonna like name them all because they're just words. And for the ones that are licensed, obviously we have ChatGPT 4, we have DALI, and we have Google and a lot of other AI tools.
The ones that
are,
basically everybody kind of uses.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So these are kind of the main ones, and it depends on the exact job that you're doing. You use the right tools for you, but it's a long list.
No, obviously, but it's fascinating how top of mind they just know the tools that they are using because it's really embedded into their daily operations. So it's really the wave is there. They're already completely integrated into their operations, and this is just a top of mind question. So imagine how really infused this is in the daily life nowadays.
You forgot WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
Yeah.
What's up with WhatsApp?
Definitely. And I'm intentionally saying WhatsApp. It's not an AI tool, but today WhatsApp is the #1 tool used in agencies. That reflects how much we're communicating with the clients internally, how much there's back and forth. And why WhatsApp, not emails? Because
and why not the tools like, let's say, Slack or Jira or any of those?
Yeah, but still WhatsApp is #1. And the idea, because the time frame is getting squeezed, and the operation is being very stressed due to the time frame. We need to produce quicker. We need to be very agile. We need to be live very quickly. Instant marketing is taking over. And the idea of WhatsApp, it's reflecting about how the industry, and I think everyone here in the room, they should know how much it's being, we're running against time. So you used to produce a campaign in 6 months. That was probably 15 years ago. Today we produce a campaign in 1 month. Now, due to AI, we're producing a campaign, Mariella was saying, in 2-3 days. So actually, we need to communicate faster, and WhatsApp is, I think it's a very important tool.
Top three AI tools that you use from
Runway,
the list. If you pick 3, what would they be?
Crea, Midjourney, Runway, right? Agree? Right.
I think the team confirms and agrees. Greetings to you guys.
They are the AI specialists.
They are the AI specialists.
Yeah.
Would you like to sit next to us, and then maybe you can? Thank you for sharing. Okay, so second question, and now this is one of the concerns basically that came up. It's about deep fakes. It's about how we are manipulating content in general. So Mariella, back to you. What is your take? How can you control the reputation and the credibility of the agency when there is so much that is being used that is fake? How do you address that?
Definitely, I think before answering this question, I want to open like a small window. Yes, there will be jobs that will disappear, but it's like the economic cycle and the employment cycle. We have more jobs that are being created as well. So now we have AI technicians. Also, you have the AI ethic person. So there will be more jobs that will be created to address those things. For the time being, definitely we have using this operating system that I showed is actually one of the main reasons to protect us from when it comes to copyright reasons, etc. So this is something that we kind of
shield your.
Yes, I wouldn't say 100%. Yeah. That's why it's very important not to rely directly on AI, like the first prompt you put and then you sell it to the client. Of course not. It should be a combination between AI and between the human brain. And as Mohamad was saying, we have to work with our emotions, with our instincts, and this is how we can optimize the use of AI.
Lovely, thank you. How about you, Mohamad?
On deepfakes, I actually had to think about it last night because I knew this is coming my way, and
I warned you.
Yeah, you warned me. I thought of it, and I think it's to be summarized in one word, which is TEL. T that stands for transparency, E for ethics, and L for legal considerations. When it comes to transparency, you need to make sure that whenever you're sharing any AI-made video with, whether they're real, fake, the celebrity lookalikes, whatever it is, need to mention that it is an AI-generated video, just to make sure you have the full credibility with your consumers. E for ethics, of course, you're not supposed to have to deliver any message based on anyone's behalf without their consent, without making sure that you have the right legal agreements, which takes me to the third point, which is the legal considerations. Legal considerations are moving extremely fast as AI is moving. The more it's gonna move, the more you're gonna have to actually know the legal changes that are happening. So you need to really be aware of those. And at the end of the day, deepfakes will never do you good. They're always going to harm you. If I'm a local brand that decides to, I don't know, use Beyonce to deliver to communicate my new lipstick, all it's gonna take is a couple of minutes for the whole world to know, and Beyonce be like
and then you have
bashing the hell out of you, and you're gonna lose your business. So deepfakes will not do good to anyone. in the communication industry specifically. So
And we go back to fake news and all the issue and the credibility. So
Exactly.
this is a cycle, a vicious cycle. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you. Firas, what's your take on that?
I agree with Mohamad 100%. I don't have anything else to add
Okay,
on this.
perfect. Mariella, now back to you. When we talk about, I would say, the business model of the agency, and we talk about recruitment, and we talk about pitching, so I'm kind of combining 3 questions in one here to make sure we cross over everything. So how are you revising the business model of the agency? How are you looking to hire people with skills? And how are you including AI in your business pitches to get new clients?
Okay, so answering the first question when it comes to recruitment, so far in Lebanon, let's say we don't have yet like AI specialists, and the universities aren't yet graduating within this specialty. But if I were like 21 years old or even 18 years old, I would definitely encourage students and people to start studying and working with AI from the start. So what we're doing at Ogilvy, we're nurturing our people, we're providing all the necessary trainings for them to start, injecting AI within their daily lives. Definitely, we have more, data analysts. We have more
Yes.
people that work with data, which we
Which didn't used to be the case a few years
Yes,
back, obviously.
Exactly.
Okay.
So this is when it comes to recruitment. When it comes to pitches, and through this operating system, actually, it's very useful. It helps us create a pitch world where we can all the people, regardless of the the region or the market, they can work together through this system, inject like the strategists along with the creative. So we're definitely expediting things. The planning, the research is taking less time. Even the creative process is taking less time. But we have to be very careful because everyone now uses AI. So we have to also keep the Ogilvy
the credibility, image, and
credibility,
touch.
spirit, and creativity.
Lovely. Thank you, Mariella. Firas, a couple of questions your way. Actually, 3
Yeah,
questions
can I
again.
answer?
Oh, yes, of course,
Yeah,
please.
I will tell you what we are doing, because I think what we're doing is something that tangibly is contributing to the community. What we did, we have a program called Firma Queen Academy. And for AI, we joined forces with a company called Zaka.ai. Zaka.ai is an academy specialized in providing trainings related to AI. So what we did a full marketing program about how people or how talents should work in agencies using AI. So if you remember 2 days ago,
Yes,
I sent you the link.
yes.
So we have, you can enroll if you guys want. So it's about marketing plan, target audience, market research, brand positioning,
All infused
content
with AI,
strategy.
obviously, how you can integrate this in those.
It's around 8 sessions. Each session is around 3 hours. So the aim of why we're doing this is for us to nurture talents that we can use in our agencies.
Mhm.
So it's a way to recruit.
Bridge the gap, I would say.
Bridge the gap. There's a huge gap between what we're finding in by theory and in practice. So we're putting our expertise, being practitioners and being an agency that is full-fledged when it comes to from strategy to building brands to communication, to production, to technology, to everything. So we're taking all this experience and we're putting it into real courses where students they can enroll. And it's not only for students; it's mainly for young professionals also. So about how they can use AI in the professional way, in a way that they can produce stuff.
Great.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would like to add one thing. When it comes to recruitment, there's a big pressure that we're adding on our operation and mainly the HR people. That I believe that this is the time where we need the most talented people on board. I know that usually this is any pitch of any agencies. We need the most creative. We need the artists. We need the people thinking outside the box. But I will tell you from how we see it. When everyone can be Leonardo da Vinci, there's no value of being a Leonardo da Vinci. So when everyone using AI, they can produce stuff that they are very stunning. I believe this is very threatening to the industry. So when everything is when we elevate the level of the production value that we can produce through AI, you need the artists, you need the creative people, so they can.
So they add a layer to that. Yes.
Exactly. And I think this is the pressure of all the agencies moving forward. When everyone, they can be the A students, who will be the A within the A students.
And who will be the person who adds a certain touch or a flair.
Definitely. And I think this reflects on the graphic designers, on marketeers, strategists, directors, DOPs, and all this. And I'm looking forward for Mr. Walid to tell us about his experience. I would like to say that we've been working with Walid Nassif. It's been 2-3 years, pitching heavily in Saudi Arabia for big brands for using AI. And the things that he produces on storyboards using AI, they're amazing. Yani. Sometimes I tell him, if this is the storyboard, when you produce it,
what will it look like?
It's done. So it's crazy. And I think, again, my concern is we need to find really the ones that they will be the next Leonardo da Vinci when everyone is a Leonardo da Vinci.
Great, thank you. I would also like to welcome Mr. Nassif. Ahla wa sahla feek. Firas, still, I would just actually like to dive into ad buying and performance, because we didn't touch on that. So we're still talking creative, we're still talking strategy and thinking. And I'm going to just tap into that very lightly. Excuse me?
I love it.
Perfect. So how is it affecting? How is AI affecting and challenging ad buying, ad performance, optimization, and will the traditional media planner become obsolete?
I don't think it will become obsolete, but there's a major change that they need to do. The impact of AI when it comes to media buying is humongous. We're seeing the videos, the pictures, because these are things that we can see with our own eyes. And when it comes to data, usually it's boring. But how much the work that is being done in the back end through what we call in our agency growth marketeers, in other agencies they call them performance marketeers, it's humongous. And actually, the more we can track people in an insane way, knowing about their interest, optimizing on the dollar value, actually bringing sales to the client. And I believe the future of the agencies of tomorrow will not be creativity, will not be anything that we used to tell the clients. It's going to be getting results. And for that, the tools that being developed and we use are extremely insane. There's one thing that is very threatening on the ethical part, as Mohamad was saying, that AI, it's pushing biases. So it's building on your bias. So if I love Trump, I'm only gonna see Trump.
Yeah.
If I love fears, I'm only gonna see fears. And I think this is polarizing people if I want to remove the hat of being part of an agency and put the heart of being just a human, I think this is very, 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 very dangerous. And why our industry is involved in this? Because we're the captain of the ship where we're spending the money. You mentioned how much being spent globally. I would like to put a number, just at least in Lebanon, at least my numbers, that on digital marketing, there's $260 million being spent in Lebanon per year.
$260 million
on digital marketing.
On digital marketing spent a year. This is a
around
huge number
80
for
million
Lebanon.
of it is on social media.
Lovely.
And that's a good number versus the capital.
Of course, and talking about the size of Lebanon,
Yeah, taking this into consideration and taking that Saudi Arabia is 1.7 billion. So I think that we're on a good position. So there is a room to improve, to optimize, and all this. But again, on the ethical part, it's bring biases in an insane way.
Great, thank you. Can we take in some questions? I think it would be interesting maybe to get a few questions from the audience. We tapped into a lot of topics so far, but I just wanted to give you a background with the panelists on strategy, on content, on a bit of ad. So maybe we can have a few questions before we go into the last part of the panel.
Hello.
Hello?
I think you are AI equipped. Because
personally?
Yes.
I'll take that as a compliment, President. Thank you.
So, Firas, basically, you said that the spending in Lebanon is 280 million.
Yeah, on digital marketing.
Media.
Yeah.
Is it for Lebanon or for the region?
For Lebanon. Listen, our source is Statista, right?
Yes, Statista.
Statista. So as per Statista.
It's huge.
It's huge.
It's huge and it's
Yeah.
impossible. لأنه the total market before digital, before having the online,
Was
never
180?
exceeded 200 million.
Yeah.
So it's impossible to have today, with all the crisis, 280 million. I think we have to check this.
As
this
per
figure.
TikTok, what we were meeting with Promofix, they were
Okay.
telling us that there's
6
80
million.
No, because the local businesses, the small local businesses, when
Yes.
they're boosting with $100, $50, and this money isn't going through the agencies. There's
Absolutely.
money when it comes to spending. So, and there's a lot of the biggest part is on Google, and that's the
Yeah, but
numbers
the
at least
figure
for
of Promofix is 6 million for TikTok, and I have it. So that's
through
why
agencies.
Sorry,
Through
no. It's Promofix figure. Promofix figure.
Yeah,
From
spent
agencies
through
and-
agencies, or
and,
not.
and individuals. But 280 million is
It's a
quite
huge number.
impossible as a figure. So
Let's ask AI.
let's ask
Actually, yes,
AI.
we can.
Let's ask AI, please.
No, just
Can-
we need to check it. يعني, بس that's it.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Can you have some more questions, maybe from the audience?
Hi, my name is Layal Bahnam from Maharat Foundation from the journalism side. So I'm interested in ethics. So a question about whether you all three have internal policies around ethical use of AI within the agencies. For example, the ad that you showed on India, asking the consent of this actor, etc. So is it embedded like and institutionalized in your agencies?
Yes, of course. And we have a legal department that takes care of those particular things. So, for instance, the ad that I showed you, definitely the star featured in this ad has been paid, and he was like, because it was a Cadbury ad specifically. So yes, he kind of gave his consent for his face to be used for other things.
Other questions?
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for this very interesting panel and conference and forum. I just had a question which is related to everything that's linguistic in your companies. I come from a translation interpretation background. We have lots of graduates who work in many of your agencies actually in copywriting. So my question was related to translation, to creative writing. I mean, even when we saw this ad that you did 2 years ago, even the voiceover, which was done in Arabic, that is, I would say, even the pronunciation was not the Lebanese Arabic, it was the
White
UAE, it was the J, because the J, يعني لفظ الجيم حتى ما كان لفظ لبناني.
The ad was for Saudi Arabia.
I know.
Yeah.
So even this was tailor-made to this audience and to this part of the world. So I was wondering what is going to happen to the jobs of these people? How is AI affecting this area? Thank you.
Lovely question. Thank you. Panelists?
Yeah, when it comes to, I think there's a different answer for the copywriters and the voiceover. For the copywriters, I don't think their job is going anywhere. I think the copywriters, their work is going to be, it is already optimized. They can produce much more. They're getting through AI a lot of help. And eventually, we need the copywriters to take decisions. So let's not forget that AI today is not making any decision. So it's a way to optimize the work, to bridge, to exceed the limits of the creativity that we have in our hands. And I think the copywriters are on the safe side. I believe that all clients are lazy to drop having the copywriters. There's an example that I always like to throw. It's been 10, 12 years today that we have WordPress, where everyone, they can go and do their own website. And at least us as a company that we produce technology, we get requests per week, tons of requests of people asking for websites. And for me, that's insane. I can tell the client, you can go do your website for $100. Why would you pay us for $10,000 or $15,000 to do your website? So what I'm trying to say is, even if the tools are there, they still need to depend on people making decisions. And I think the copywriters, they will move from working on editorials into putting themselves in the bench, in the chair of making decisions. When it comes to voiceover, I think it's dead already, to be honest.
So you think they're gone in terms of voiceover? The roles are diminishing.
Definitely.
Unfortunately,
We know how much we used to spend
Yeah.
for voiceover
For
talent.
artists,
For
absolutely.
30 seconds, we used to pay
like 500,
700.
Yeah.
At least. If
yeah.
it wasn't a famous
Exactly.
voice, you would pay 500, 600, 700, $1,000 just for 30 seconds. Today we can get the voice of Morgan Freeman and you forget about the ethical
issues,
part.
legal issues. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's that.
Yeah.
It's very important to keep in mind also for copywriters, like when you put anything on any AI system to ask them to ask the system to translate it, you're gonna get data-driven translation that is most of the time incorrect. It's
Incorrect,
just
you said.
Incorrect.
Yes.
Like it's right words,
Yes.
but it doesn't make
No
sense.
meaning,
like,
no
exactly.
nuance, and
it's a direct
text.
translation
Yep.
rather than creative translation. Like if I want to go and like say bring it on in English, if I give it to AI, أحضريها ما بعرف شو, and it doesn't make sense. You need, I mean, with time eventually, I don't know, it will work. I don't know. I'm gonna be too old maybe, but the point here is we need them. Like they are needed because again, it's a mix of the creative brain with the technology and the tool that you're using.
Thank you.
Can I just?
Yes.
To your point, usually when translators work in your agencies, the work that they do is mostly adaptation, and it's not really translation. We call it adaptation and translation, which is basically adapting the message to the audience, to the purpose, etc., etc. So it's not really translation per se, as if they would be translating a piece of news, which is a totally different and radical strategy, which is totally different. So yes, but we have lots of concerns in this field. The specialists of the language are really afraid. So this is why I was asking. Thank you.
But as Firas as well said, they're not copywriters. You're elevating their role. For me, I always call them conceptual writers, and I'm not like bluffing now.
Yeah, I was talking about the conceptual writers.
Exactly.
If you're talking about just writing editorials, in my belief, I think in 2 years that will be killed. I think AI now today is making a lot of misleading information, a lot of mistakes. But again, I've been on AI for the last 3-4 years, heavily invested in this, and I think it's going into
I have a question
place.
for that, which I would address a bit later, specifically about long form writing and content. We'll get to that in a minute. So we were still on conceptual and on creative. Thank you. Anything you would like to add? Any other questions before we jump to last round, before the concluding notes? Students, attendees?
So as we know, AI is able to collect very specific data about consumers these days and helps us push very specialized ads. So how would you say this is going to change the way advertising is going to look in the future in terms of strategy?
Any specific person you would like to address the question to?
No, just in general.
In general, okay. So who would like to answer that?
You're the strategist.
I love strategy. I'm not a strategist. بس بحشر حالي. But honestly, it's your way to have much more personalized communication versus before. Before we used to do much more mass communication.
Yeah.
Because you have a car, you used to do a film with all the features of the car, put it right before the news on TV, and then bingo, you have something that will run for a year. Now, with all the data that you get, you can do much more personalized communication. So the same exact film can be through AI optimized to target different consumer targets that you have. So if you want to talk to a family, it's going to talk about the space inside the car. If it's going to talk about someone who's more into lifestyle, you're going to talk about the features of the lifestyle. So it's like the shape of the car, how it looks like, etc. If you're into safety, it's going to talk about safety. So in fact, it's actually becoming even more targeted so that you drive more persuasion and speak the language of your consumer. But for me as well, it's very important to always make sure that you are not drifting apart from the one message and that you're delivering, because otherwise you're going to be super confusing. You're not going to stand for anything. So the equity of the brand, basically, and have the exact same tone of voice. So you should always start with the DNA of the brand and make sure you deliver the personalized messages that AI easily can equip you with. So it's automated, it's easier than ever, and it takes away a lot of the technical work.
I would like to add a different perspective also. Now today that, again, AI, through AI and tech in general, we can analyze the behavior of people and we can predict how they're gonna do, and there's a pattern. And I don't think we need to dig deeper, but you can imagine how much we can understand the behavior. But using AI, and I'm almost sure about this, I hope it won't work, it won't happen. Eventually AI can be so manipulative, eventually so it can drive or it can build a consumer behavior. So now we're using, all of us, we're using the tools and we're using AI or tech in general to understand consumer behavior. I believe the brands in the future, I hope not, will manipulate and create a consumer behavior. So for example, most of you guys are from Gen Z. All agencies are obsessed about understanding Gen Z.
Yep.
We're using tech to understand that, to track it, to understand where you guys go, where do you drink. I hope you go
100%.
to Firas. And you do all that so we can understand you. But I believe in 2 years' time, not in 10 years' time, the brands will be understanding psychology more. I disagree with Mohamad on something that AI isn't understanding emotions. I think, or at least what I'm reading
machine
about,
learning and growth
the
and
machine learning
optimization, it will get there. Yeah.
It doesn't need to understand emotions, but at least it is making us or bluffing us into understanding emotions. That means once this is more advanced, it will be able to manipulate your thoughts, to manipulate your behavior, to convince you about stuff that you need to do, and eventually it's building a generation that is consuming more, probably more depressive, etc., etc. You don't want me on this panel.
No, not really.
All
okay,
right.
so question actually, and this is kind of challenging to all three agencies. So with AI, things become easier for people to do themselves. So it's a DIY format. Do you think, I know, Mohamad, you said clients are lazy, and I wrote that down. However, do you think with AI tools, they might at some point say, we don't want the agency, we don't want to spend more budget, we'll just have our internal team get trained on academies like the ones Firas is building, and then say we don't need agencies, we'll just do it ourselves. So what do you think, how can you maintain the positioning of the agency vis-a-vis the role of the client, their intelligence and their growth?
That's why we started kind of adopting AI at a very early stage, because as advertising agency, the industry, we need to be ahead of the clients for us to keep our added value.
To give more, to always
more.
Have an edge.
So far, and even we're building the AI system for our clients.
Okay.
Not all the clients are lazy. Not all, some of them they are, but not all of them are lazy. And specifically when we're talking about multinationals, we have to be very careful on how we are using their brand, their ecosystem. So when we feed our AI system with the brand identity, tone of voice, positioning, etc., we will kind of start using this AI to our benefit as agency, so we can make ourselves indispensable.
Yes, thank you. Mohamad, how about you?
Actually, I didn't say they're lazy. I said they cut budgets. It wasn't me, but okay, let me say that. He said lazy.
Oh, you said, I'm sorry, I missed that. Okay.
I'm very convinced that they are.
Sorry.
They will hire more people to manage us.
Yeah. Listen, I think it's something that we always say internally. If I sit on a desk and you sit on a desk and you try to create a piece of content strategy or a visual, with AI, I'm going to get something that's completely different than what you're going to create. And that's because each person has a different kind of thinking and experience and strategy and the way they think to generate this kind of content. So to what Firas was saying, it's not about just knowing how to deal. It's not technical. It's also a lot of how you think, your strategic thinking, your creative thinking, to be able to generate it. So if I am a client and my experience is more on trade and distribution and marketing strategies, if I am to come up with a creative idea, I will not be able to do it. And even with AI, I'm not going to be able to trigger it and be able to elevate it. So these are talents that are extremely essential, and it's going to be extremely hard for them to really
take over and to do it themselves.
Otherwise, they're gonna be over relying on AI.
And then homogeneity, and then all content will look alike, which we go into another challenge.
And AI is using existing material anyway, so you're
And
gonna get a
reusing,
deja vu. You're not gonna
100%.
get an innovation.
Lovely.
You're gonna get a Leonardo DiCaprio. What the fuck? Leonardo da
Here comes a
Vinci
Freudian slip.
look-alike.
Listen,
Yeah.
Yes.
the mega trend in our industry which is for building in-house communication teams. I think this is a fact. I don't think anyone can fight it. We can see PepsiCo, which is one of the biggest multinationals on the planet. They have
A
bigger
huge
than
a huge department.
It's
Yes.
not a department. It's an agency within the group,
Yes.
and they've done amazing
Yes,
work.
I
And now
agree.
they took their chief design officer to Samsung, which probably he's gonna do the same. I don't think this is something that we can ignore. It's a fact. For me, it's not a threat. If the client can produce what the agencies are producing without a lot of back and forth, that will be great. But I don't think it's a threat on agencies, because I believe our function or our mission will be changing a long time.
Okay.
So if for the client to produce their social media content, a post, it's easier and much cheaper to do it in-house, please be my guest, because it's a waste of time for the agencies. And so we can focus on bigger stuff. I believe that, again, when everyone they can produce wow content, when everyone they can produce easily wow campaigns, so that means we need to produce something more advanced. And this is where immersive experience will come in. So now we have a TVC. Tomorrow we're gonna have
One that's
a TVC which is engaging. We're gonna have it interactive.
Yes,
We're gonna have it
I
in
understand.
space. The TV, as we know, as a screen, will no longer be a screen. It's gonna be something else. I think more stuff will gonna emerge. More
So
technology.
hardware and software integrated to have a more immersive
Definitely.
experience.
And this is why what we today consider traditional, at least in agencies like social media
It's gonna
posts,
keep growing,
TVC,
optimizing,
if
yeah.
it's gonna become easier and the client can do it in-house,
Then
I
great.
think that will be great thing, because I don't want to end up my life doing a post. I would like to be working more with Walid, doing immersive stuff, doing stuff in space, going engage into holograms and all this. And I think this will be the role of the agencies.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Firas. On that point, lightning round. So I'm going to expect, please, 1 or 2 words, literally 1 or 2 words for the following expressions. Mariella, very quickly, what's the next big breakthrough AI will bring to advertising? 2 words.
More creativity.
More creativity. Okay. Hamad.
More automation.
More automation. Firas.
More money.
Why not? Okay, second expression. AI in advertising in general. 2 words on that. So AI in advertising, how do you summarize it in 2 words?
World of abundance.
Okay.
Interconnected.
Firas.
The mission is changing to bring more results.
Wonderful. 1 skill every advertiser must master in the AI era. 1 skill.
Adaptability.
Perfect. Hamad.
Being always exposed and like quick learning. Learn as quick as AI is.
Okay. Firas.
Mastering
money?
WhatsApp.
Say again?
Mastering WhatsApp.
Mastering WhatsApp. Okay, and
I'm
last.
serious.
No, yeah, why not? Why not? 1 word to describe future of AI in advertising.
It's more than a word. AI is the biggest invention so far, bigger than the electricity itself.
Wonderful. Hamad.
I'm gonna keep saying personalization.
Personalization.
What was the question?
1 word to describe AI's future in advertising. So where do you see it growing?
No idea.
Why not? Because I
Really,
think
no
we're all
idea.
in a discovery phase where we're trying to understand
crazy.
what's
It's
going to happen.
crazy. It's crazy.
Okay, and to wrap up, maybe 30 seconds to say thank you for everyone. Thank you for a lovely panel, for your engagement, for your participation. Thank you, everyone.